Hi, my name is Maddie, and this is another YouTube video. Today's video is going to be about expectations and failing them, I guess. There are no expectations for things that you're not expected to do. Don't be held back by fear. Authenticity is what we crave most, which is why we make it so undesirable. If we as a society say being yourself is bad and not accepted, we don't have to even try. We can give ourselves excuses not to find who we are and spend energy and spend time finding that person. We're just coping so that we don't feel pressure to be authentic. It's easier short term to do that than to live your life with anxiety and uncertainty whether people will accept you or not. Deep down, when people see others being themselves, they want that. They're reminded that they crave that. And if someone is judging someone for being themselves, that is truly just a projection of their own insecurities and their own lack of connection with their true self. They just haven't embraced themselves yet. And I think it's okay to be stuck in your own world when it comes to that. I'm not talking about socially, I'm just kind of talking about surround yourself with things that make you feel real, with things that make you feel like you. With what I've said about being yourself, I do feel like that ties back into expectations. A lot of times we don't do things that we're not expected to do. If I'm not expected to like a certain thing or do a certain thing, pick up a new hobby, learn something new, if I'm not expected to do that, a lot of times I'm not motivated to do that. But when we do things we're not expected to do, we thrive. I think more. The little corners of the world that we're not expected to venture into is what opens our eyes to what we truly like, and that in turn shows us who we really are. Expectations are irrelevant to your end product. If anything, they should motivate you. They shouldn't hold you back. You shouldn't be held back by the idea of wasted potential, because how lucky are you to have potential in the first place? Surprise yourself. Surprise other people. Fuck other people's expectations. Surprise them. And if you fail, just try again. Genuinely just try again. Failure shows you where you need to grow. Failure shows you what doesn't work for you. Failure teaches you things. And that in and of itself is a success. A lot of the most successful people out there were told they couldn't do the things that they are now excelling in. I think one of the most admirable things you can do is free yourself from others' perception of you and free yourself from what holds you back. Be free thinking, be free flowing, be changing, be just ever evolving. I think that's the greatest gift you can give yourself, is to just be real, to exist and to let yourself change, because everything in nature that thrives changes. There are stages of life, there are stages of evolution. Why deprive yourself of that? It took me as long as I've been alive, I guess, to realize that I can be my own motivator. I don't need permission. There is a fucking epidemic of people needing permission for things. It's even found in the little things, with especially with the younger generations, like, oh, should I buy this? Should I do this? Should I wear this? Should I There's a need for permission and validation in so many facets of life every single day. The little decisions, and we struggle to make those little decisions ourselves without external validation, without permission. That's the only way I can put it. I honestly think that that might be a sign of not really being in touch with yourself and not being solid and confident in who you are. A lot of times we're sold confidence in products, in clothing, in very materialistic things, in even in experiences. You don't have to feel pretty to be confident. You don't have to feel attractive to feel confident. You could just be confident in your personality, in your skills. Confidence doesn't just come from your appearance, but I think true confidence radiates past your external presence. So I think with confidence comes your ability to firmly decide what's best for you and what you want. Doesn't mean you're going to make great decisions all the time, but you're going to make decisions that align with who you are at the time. That kind of comes into regrets, how I look at regrets. I try not to have them, because regrets hold you back. Regrets keep you in place, regrets make you feel bad for things that are already said and done. I think there is a time and a place for regrets. Not everything can be justified. However, a lot of things, especially small things, for my overthinkers out there, I know I'm one. When you regret something, think about, empathize with yourself. Give yourself grace. Think about where you were and what situation you were in at that present moment, who you were, what you were going through, who you were around, your environment. What prompted you to make that decision or not make that decision? Empathize with yourself. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of times we made the decisions that were right for us at the time. We made decisions that helped us learn, that helped us grow, even if they ended up not being the most optimal decisions. This is all to say, do not hold yourself back, and do not let other people hold yourself back with what they think that you're capable of. Everything people think of you, it is just a perception of you based on how you present yourself. You know yourself more than anyone else. You're the only person that you will have forever that knows you inside and out. Don't make excuses for yourself. It's hard not to. I understand that to the core. I understand that. But if you keep making excuses for yourself and you keep letting expectations that are pushed onto you from within and from outside of you hold you back, you are going to stay stagnant. You are going to be the same person for the rest of your life, and you're not going to be happy. Unfortunately. The harder route is the better one in this case. It is the more rewarding one, and it's the one that will eventually get easier. Thank you for watching. Bye.